Feeling weird today. Welcome back to my channel if you have been here before. Welcome if you are new. I'm Karen Casey, and today is a video on this look using basically only Morphe tools. I cheat a little bit because the collection doesn't have a spoolie, and I cheat a little bit because I don't use angled liner brushes, like where the bristles are actually angled. I use like a little teeny tiny thin thing. For this look, I'm using as many Morphe brushes as I can because I just got the Gilded Collection and I'm super excited. I want to try out as many of them as I can. You do not have to use as many brushes as I am using. You can double up on things, whatever. Use 3 brushes, use 6 million brushes, doesn't matter. However you operate with your makeup, do that. I want to try as many of these as I can. And I'm also using the Morphe 25B palette, and I just created this smoky, kind of dark look. I was just playing around and I like how it came out. So, ta-da! Here it is, and I'm going to teach you how to do it. Let's go. Okay, so I'm going to start with my eyes like I always do. So that way I can rest my hand on my face if I want, and if I get fallout, I don't have to worry about it. I just prefer doing my eyes first, and then my concealer and my foundation can clean up any mess that I made. So I'm going to start with priming my eyes. I'm actually going to show you guys how I do that today, instead of skipping it like I usually do. I'm going to take my concealer, my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. You can use any eye primer that you like. It's all, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. I personally like concealer because it, hides discoloration and things and those veins and stuff and gives a nice, clean canvas. Use whatever you like. So I'm just gonna smush this on my lid here. Pat it out with my finger. Take any fluffy eyeshadow brush. I'm using the Y16 from Morphe, obviously, because that's what I'm doing in this video. And my e.l.f. translucent setting powder. And just swirl that all around just to set the concealer, because if it's too sticky, you're going to have a hard time blending out the shadows later. Alright, but you do still want it to be a little sticky, so don't use too much powder. Alright, you guys don't need to see me do my other eye, so I'm going to do that off camera, and I'll be back in a second. Okay. Now that that is done, I'm going to go in with my Morphe 25B palette. This has some cool tones in it, which is why kind of why I bought it, because I don't have a whole lot of cool tones in my collection. So I'm not familiar with the Morphe brushes just yet, so I'm experimenting. I think I'm going to take the Y18 for my transition color. And do these have names? These do not have names. That is unfortunate. I think I'm going to take this second color here. It's kind of a yellow tan. I'm going to pop that in my crease, focusing on the outer corner, but bringing it into the inner corner as well. Alright, next I think I'm going to take this last color on the first row. It's sort of a rosy brown color, and it is matte. And I am going to take the Y20 just to keep that lower in my crease. Woo, whoo, hello. Okay, hi pigment. Alright, and we're going to pop that lower in the crease and definitely focus it on the outer half. I'm bringing it into the inner corner, but I'm placing it here and just kind of blending it to over here. And I just realized I'm still using the few warm tones in this palette, so let's move to some cool tones. I like my warm tones, okay? I'm a warm girl, hush. Okay, so I think I'm going to take this sort of silvery brown shimmer here on... No, it's too fluffy. Yeah, the Y19. I'm just going to swirl it around in there. I'm going to pop this all over the lid. Geez, hi Pigment. Okay, yes, I see you. And just really get it into the crease as well, so it's nice and blended. And I want this to be the most pigmented on the inner corner, so I'm going to make sure to really pack it on there. Alright, and I took that shimmery shade pretty far up, but it definitely gets lighter as it goes up, so you can still kind of see those transition shades under it. Next, I am going to take this winey plum purple here on the Y22. And I'm going to get that in the outer V to really deepen up the look. Alright, and now that that is placed, I'm going to take the Y18 again and just really dust it off the best I can. And just go in that crease there and on the outer portion of the eye. To just blend that out. I'm using some circular motions as well to make sure it's really blended on the lid. Alright, now I think I'm going to take this really dark, little bit shimmery, little bit satiny, really dark purple here. Again on the Y22, I'm going to get as much of that plum shade off as I can. I should probably use a tissue or a paper towel for this, but oh well. I'm just going to take a little bit and just pop it right here and right here, right in very, very furthest, deepest part of the V. Take that Y18. I'm really liking this for the crease because it's kind of, you know, flat right here, so it really fits into the crease. Okay, I really want a little more pop on the inner part, so I think I'm going to take this really pretty gold shade here on a that's a little wide. Let's see. On the Y20, get a tissue to wipe this off. And I'm actually going to wet this with a little bit of my e.l.f. illuminating mist and set. You can just use water, you can use MAC Fix Plus, although MAC tests on animals, so I don't, you know, I won't use them. And just give that a little spritz. Ooh, I just wiped eyeshadow on my pants. Oh well. And go into this gold shimmer. Pop that on the inner part of the eye. Yes, there we go. That's what I want. Alright, and I'm going to take the Y16. It's just a big old fluffy blending brush. It's not actually that big, but this is the biggest blending brush that I now own. It's just very fluffy. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to run it around the edges here, just to really diffuse everything. And I'm going to go, just take the very edge of it and go on all the edges of where the colors are transitioning. On that same Y16, I'm going to take this very pale creamy shade and just soften up and lighten up these edges up here because this goes very high. Alright, so I'm happy with how blended this is. I'm going to do some winged liner because I like winged liner for a nice dramatic look. I like winged liner for an everyday look too. I'm just obsessed with winged liner. This is the point where I'm going to not be using a Morphe tool for this because they don't, the collection I bought didn't have a brush like this. It had an angled liner brush, which I have so much trouble doing my eyeliner with that. So I'm going to cheat. I'm going to use this. Sorry, deal with it. Alright, I am happy with my winged liner. I'm just cleaning off the brush because I don't like to leave the liner on my brush because then my brush gets all stiff and weird. I'm taking a clean part of the tissue and I'm just wiping off any and all fallout, and I'm cleaning up under the edge of my liner. Now I'm going to use a little bit of concealer first on my little scab here from a pimple that went awry. I'm going to pat it out with my finger, just because I think that gives the best coverage and keeps it the most precise. Alright. You don't have to worry about being perfect because we're going to cover it with foundation afterwards. So now I'm going to take my NYX Pore Filling Primer and I'm going to put that in my T-zone. How did I get eyeshadow on my nose? Like the bottom part of my nose. Okay. I'm just talented at being weird. Alright. Once that's on where my pores are a little big, I'm going to go in with my tone adjusting primer. Like half a pump of this is good. I'm going to focus it mostly on my cheeks because that's where I get really red. I'm going to put a little on my forehead and a little on the tip of my nose. And just rub that in. And I'm getting redder as I'm rubbing this in, but the green will cancel that out once my skin calms down. Alright, let that settle for a second. Okay. Now I'm going to take the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. I'm going to use the little paddle thing to just stripe this all over my face. I don't know why I'm talking weird. Get out of here, hair. Alright. Now I'm going to take the Y6 and I'm going to stipple and buff this in. Alright, I'm now going to do concealer. I'm going to take just a little bit of the Hard Candy Color Correct in Peach and just dab it. It keeps breaking. Just dab it where my dark circles are worst. Pat that out with my finger. I like my finger best for this. I've tried brushes and stuff and it just doesn't lay as nicely when I do that. Alright, and now I'm going to take my NARS Creamy Concealer. I'm going to use it to highlight as well. So I'm making that triangle. Ow, I just jabbed myself in the eye. Okay. Usually I would use a beauty blender for this. That seems to work best with this concealer, but I do not have, beauty sponge. I do not have a beauty sponge from Morphe, and I don't want to cheat again. So I'm going to use my finger, because that works about as well. Alright, I'm now going to set my under eye with, stop it, I'm talking to my mirror with the light. Okay, I'm going to take my Y3 and the e.l.f. translucent powder and just tap some of it out, and I'm going to use the lid. And just get it on the tip and kind of the sides of the brush. And just pack it onto my under eye. Now I'm going to take the Y1 to set the rest of my face. And I'm just going to roll the powder on to my face, because this kind of presses the powder into the makeup. Now that we are all set, I'm going to do my eyebrows. I'm going to use the Y23 and my e.l.f. brow kit. I'm going to stamp the gel or cream or whatever it is onto my brow. Alright, once that's on, I'm going to take the powder. Alright, and I do have to cheat a little bit again because the Gilded Collection did not come with a spoolie. So I'm going to use my little e.l.f. eyelash and brow wand, aka spoolie, to just brush and blend this out. Sorry guys, I need my glasses on for this because I need to be able to see my whole eyebrow at the same time. Okay, now we're going to do the same to the other eyebrow, because that's what you do. Okay, now I'm going to do my under eye. Not my under eye, my lower lash line. And on a definer brush, this is the Y21, I'm going to first take that plum wine purple color that we used, and just sort of stamp it across my lower lash line. I'm going to dust it off. And I'm going to take that really dark purple that we used. I'm going to put that right over the purple from before on the outer half-ish. Stop a little short of the halfway mark. And now I'm going to take the Y22 again. I'm not going to worry too much about dusting this off because it has the purples from before on it, which we're using the same purples now, so whatever. And I'm going to blend and buff this out. And I'm going to pop gold from before right in there. I'm taking it on my lower lash line to meet up with the purple. Ooh. Some eye goop got onto my face. Okay, there we go. And this is also our inner corner highlight. Alright, and I'm going to take my NYX Jumbo Pencil in Black Bean. I'm going to pop that on my lower waterline. And I'm going to go back in with that definer brush and the plum shade. And I'm just going to go right up onto the very edge of the waterline where the purple and the black are meeting. And just blend out that black a little bit. Okay, and I'm using the definer brush still to blend the purple and the black into the gold because that's looking a little harsh. Alright, that is done. I'm going to give my eyes a little bit of a break because I'm not used to doing my lower waterline, so my eyes are a little like, what are you doing? Alright, so I'm going to take the Y12 and very, very light-handedly just tap into my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer and contour. Alright, and now for blush. I'm going to take my Tarte Amazon Clay blush in Partay. Yes, it is spelled Partay. So I'm going to do that every time I use this blush because I can. And I'm going to use the Y4. It's an angled blush brush. Ooh. Okay, very light-handedly tap off excess. Just sweep this on the apples of my cheeks and on back. And I am going to take the Y14 and Champagne Pop. And just on the tops of my cheekbones, up toward my temple. I'm using a lot of product here because I want this blinding. If you are not a blinding highlight girl or guy, you don't have to. Just go in much more light-handed than I am. Maybe use a fan brush and do your highlight that way. realized I forgot to contour my nose, so we're going to do that real quick. Ever so light-handedly. And just tap. Okay, now it's not coming off. There we go. I'm wiping off the excess so that we're not just putting more powder on while we're blending. And I am connecting the nose contour up into my eyebrow because there's a natural shadow there and it's all connected. Okay, back to the highlight. Just a little on the tip of my nose. And on my Cupid's bow. Alright, we are good with that. Now I am going to take my Tarteist lip paint in Birthday Suit. I believe this is one of the cream matte lip paints. Not long wearing, feels super good on the lips. Like there's nothing there. I'm just going to put this all over my lips. Easy peasy. And it smells minty. Like it smells really good. Like I want to eat it. Okay, all that is left to do is lashes. So, I'm going to take... See, once I take my glasses off, I can no longer see my table, which means I can no longer see my... Aha! Alright, I'm going to take my NYX Big and Loud Lash Primer real quick and just put that on my lashes, one coat. I have just recently started using this, and this with the mascara that I'm going to use in a second has been like a dream team. My lashes have never looked better. Oh, and it's pink because it should be white. It's pink because I was trying to make pink mascara, but my the eyeshadow I used wasn't pigmented enough, so it doesn't work really well as a mascara, but it still works as a primer, so just ignore that it's pink. Okay, move on. Oh, I still need to do my lower lip. I am just not good at this yet. Give me some time. Okay, put this on my lower lashes. Now I'm going to take the e.l.f., I believe it's the lengthening mascara, but it does not say, and I do not remember. But the brush looks like this. It's short on this side and long on this side. Usually I just kind of ignore the little stubby end and just use the long comb side. I'm just going to start at the base of my lashes and shimmy on up. I'm going to put on false lashes because I'm feeling really extra today, If you don't want to put on false lashes, just build up your mascara a little more if you so choose. But before I do my false lashes, I'm going to take my e.l.f. Illuminating Mist and Set. I feel like I have something in my eye. I don't. Okay, that's driving me absolutely crazy. Oh well. Okay, so I'm just going to soak my face in this. Do not touch your face while this is drying. I did that before, and it took my foundation off of my forehead, and I was really upset. So just fan it. Don't try to pat it. And I did this before my false lashes so that I can get my lashes wet, because that's bad for them. Alright, and I forgot my tweezers, so I gotta go grab those, and I'll pop on the false lashes, and I will be right back. Alright, my lashes are on. They're just nice wispy lashes. They're the Ardell 602, and that completes this look. This is way out of my comfort zone. I don't usually do anything on my lower lash line, just some nude liner in the waterline, and that's usually about it. Never mind this smoky darkness, but I hope you guys like it. I wanted to try something different for you, and I will see you in my next video. I love you guys. Bye.